Hello, today I'd like to make very interesting recipe. It's a very easy recipe and incredibly popular. We only need 4 ingredients. It's 1 cup of self-raising flour, which is we already placed it in a mixing bowl, 400 gram or basically 1 can of top and fill caramel. Now next is we needed 1 egg. We already placed it caramel in. So and last ingredient it's 1/3 cup of butter or 75 gram of butter at a room temperature. It's a little bit soft. So what we do is next, all our 4 ingredients we beat for. We select basically mixer, beat for about 2 minutes. Once it gets pale and fluffy, we will subdivide it into 24 mini muffin cups. So I place some of green because we will decorate this recipe for other plants and zombies. So for the flowers we probably will use green paper cases, and for zombies we probably will use white or blue. It just depends what you find it, or whatever you find it looks nice. But we will decorate once they baked. We will decorate them as plants and zombies. Let's beat for 2 minutes our 4 ingredients. After a couple minutes, as you can see, our mixture become light and fluffy. It's become also a little bit pale in color. So what we do is next we divide among our 24 mini muffin tray, and meanwhile preheat your oven to 180 degrees Celsius or 350 Fahrenheit. Once you subdivide our caramel cupcake butter among 24 mini muffin holes, so we place in the oven for about 10 minutes, depending of course from your oven, until it's light golden brown color, and then take it out and let it cool. As I said before, your oven has to be preheated to 180 degrees Celsius or 350 Fahrenheit, which is exactly the same. Now our caramel cupcakes are ready. As you can see, they have most beautiful color. It's actually extremely attractive and smell great too. You will surprise how it's easy to make them and how yummy tasty they are. So what we do is next let them cool completely, and to make it chocolate ganache, what we need is we need it in a small saucepan warm 1 cup of cream. Once it's start tiny bit bubble, add 250 gram of milk chocolate and stirring until it's combined. So what you do is after, once it's completely combined, place it in the refrigerator to a little bit set. Then we can start decorate and assemble cupcakes. Now our caramel mini cupcakes are cooled, and so they have beautiful shape and beautiful color. So what we do is now we basically want to decorate them. As I said to you before, good idea to prepare ahead chocolate ganache if you do use it. If you do using chocolate ganache for the our plants like that, what we do is, as I said just a minute ago, that we need 1 cup of cream, basically warming. Then we can add it 250 gram of milk chocolate, basically stirring until it's combines. Let it cool, place in the refrigerator. And after refrigerate, as you can see, it's become quite nice and sort of stiffy mixture. Longer you pick it, leave it in the fridge, stiffer it's become. You don't have to use chocolate ganache. If you like, you can use buttercream or vanilla frosting purchased from supermarket, and simply add some cocoa powder or the brown gel food coloring as well. It's many ways to do it, whatever you prefer. If you like to work only with buttercream or vanilla frosting, it works as good. So do not concern if you don't want messing around with chocolate ganache. But once we have our the chocolate color buttercream or the chocolate ganache, spread small amount on middle of cake for make it flowers. Once you've done that, next step is making petals. We're making petals from the basically buttercream or the vanilla frosting tinted with yellow gel food coloring for petals, and place in a piping bag fit with a small nozzle about half a centimeter roughly. And what we do is now, let's have a look. We start pipe petals. We don't want them large, so what we do, we just press and let it go. We don't want them be very big. And bring inside. Do not concern if it's a little bit peaks kind of this way. You know what we will do? We will, once we're done all petals, if in your kitchen a little bit warm, you probably will find it it's a little bit difficult to manipulate with the buttercream or frosting. So what you do not worry too much, pipe out and place in the refrigerator. Once it's a little bit set, you just simply will adjust it with your hand. So once it's, so what we do is, we actually want to bring it inside. So if you will go to place in a refrigerator, you probably don't have to use a toothpick, you just simply using your clean hands and draw these peaks inside to make it a little bit more rounder appearance of petals. As you can see, if you haven't made homemade the buttercream, it's usually quite stiff and you don't really have to worry, it's really easy to work. This which is I using, it's actually vanilla frosting which is tinted with yellow gel food coloring. As you can see, that's what roughly we wanted, something like that. So what we do is next, we're using black writing icing, and we pipe for the eyes, just like one line sort of, one and another one, and next we're making big smiley mouth. Here we are. Now anything you want to adjust, do not worry, use your toothpick. It's always very helpful because you can manipulate where you want it to place it in anything in your cupcake or mini cupcake. So to make it more attractive, we're making little white dots on the eyes. For this one would be difficult to just pipe probably. So what you do, pipe small amount up like that, take a little bit and place on one side of eye. That's one, and we'll go for another one now. Not too much. It's more like just a reflection, making more realistic as well as a attractive looks as well. Now let's have a look. I struggle with my second one. Here we are. And as you can see, this is our plants. Now, to make the zombies, what we do, we make, we have our caramel cupcake, and we have frosting, which is add a little bit of black gel food coloring, just enough to make it gray frosting, gray color. So take and spread around your cupcake. No need special any kind of design or anything like that. Spread it nicely as round as you can, probably. And what you do, run around your knife to just make sure it sort of gives you this round scalp appearance. Here we are. Now, next is we like to place some eyes. For eyes, they're kind of different sizes. We won't make them different sizes. We won't make them like more kind of sort of zombie way. So what we have is we have milky bar buttons. They comes in about that size. And next is just to find it anything which is smaller in size. Like for example, this one I find it. You can even find it white M&Ms or any kind of white sweets in different sizes. This is Kalitz, it's just a tiny bit different. It's just a milky type of button, just a different size. So what we want is now, I like take a bit more round one probably, and imagine where is your eyes will be, or simply draw your design with a toothpick. I tell you why, because we want pipe black writing icing right around to make these dark shadows on eyes. So as you can see, that's what we get. So we place the larger and not a little bit pressed in, and we go press the little one. So anything, as I said before, to adjust using of course toothpick. And next is if you like, we can just make it some sort of design with actual toothpick, because you don't even need to draw anything. As you can see, these lines, I just have a look quickly. Oh wait, these lines already done with the toothpick. You don't need adding anything special. Now next we're using brown writing icing to make it kind of this zombie way mouth. If you find it that you can't imagine what it look like, what you do is you're using toothpick just like for the eyes and draw simply shape of a mouth. It does not have to be perfect, because zombies are really more not perfect at all. And you can even create your own kind of zombie as well. Now what we do also, we want to create a little bit like the sort of scallop appearance, so we just draw another line with a toothpick. And also what I like to do is to make it more dramatic, just remove tiny bit of frosting on part of our mouth. So let it set a little bit, and with white writing icing we create some teeth, just a small amount, just squeeze it, usually about 3 or 4 of them only. Zombies don't like many teeth. Alright, so we have some of those, and with a toothpick we guide ourselves to a shape of tooth we like to see. Would it be a long or rectangular shape or really disorderly shape, does not really matter. Make sure you're happy and make sure you experience with the different sorts of creations. With pink writing icing, we add a little bit kind of a gum sort of color, just a little bit, not too much, to remove excess. Of course we're using toothpick. And on this stage, that's how it's look like now. So next is we need use black writing icing to create some pupils right on top of our milky buttons and create some nostrils. Here we are. And last is here. With here, I just chop some chocolate. As you can see, it's not really hard to do. You just chop slice like that and flatten. Chop as many as you like, because you don't want them big. Zombies don't have it. They just have more like a sort of just a sticking out parts, that's all. So what we do, we choose really smallest ones, shortest and smallest, and we place them for here, to just create this kind of unusual sort of look. With the chocolate, after a while it's become really soft, and on a way it's actually help you, because you can even make here a little bit curly, just like this, by a little bit pressing them sort of. Now if you like, of course, to do so, you don't have to. Now what we do is, this is probably would be last one, we just press somewhere here, and I just bring up a little bit closer, make sure you're able to have a look on our creations. And here we are, it's basically zombies. As you can see, it's very easy to make, and it's I saw actually quite attractive. With the plants, I saw it's super easy to make, and believe me, it's very, very tasty, because these caramel cupcakes are extremely actually popular. That's why I was going to try this recipe, and I hope you do try as well. Thank you very much for your time with me today. I hope you do try. Until next time, goodbye. Everything will be in the description box, recipe and decoration. Thank you. Bye-bye.